I believe I'm growing wings. Last year, my rib was moving out of place, and this year, the shoulder. As much pain as it was, I just thought of Mighty Messer and I said, "Rawr." I'll get around it like I do everything else. I'm not sure where to start in this video, so I'm going to back it up. Okay, and we're going to use the M letter. We're going to use this as the V5 letter, which would be back of the tail fin. This would be the mouth, the eyes, okay? See the way the mouth comes around? The way the fin comes out in the back? And the way when you come up into the fin, it shows you the center keel, all in this design. Your 17 is your gateway to the answer. The 15 is the three worlds because it envelops the three worlds inside the egg. The 11 gives you the eyes on this side and this side. Don't forget when you go dot, dot, and dot, dot, when you connect the eye in the center as the plus, it becomes the I and I. 7, 8, and 9, just above here, the source-C. These over here, because they call it source-C in French, just above the I goes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And how you bet them and how you get back the chip is very special. Because if I make a bet over here between 7 and 8 and 10 and 11, 7 is red, but 8, 11, and 10 is black. But 8 and 11 are in the center. But 8 is a small letter under 11. 11 recommences 2. So 2 and 8, the head and tail come together connected inside of this. So if I make this bet, it's 1 red. Okay. It pays off 8 to 1. Okay. And 8 to 1, you get 1 here. Okay. I mean 2 here because there's 4. So you get 2 here and 6 here. 2 and 6 is 8. That's how you put the doghouse together. On this side, there's 2 and 2. The payoff is 8, so they each get 4 and 4 chips to win. The minus plus is the I on the left, okay? Although there's a plus inside of it, it's to the left of the center core. The center core is 2, 5, and 8, and 9, 5, and 1 in low shu, and for good reason, because there's a difference. You're coming into the body, into the world, where the heart is inside of you, and the spirit, the energy, the knowledge is outside of you. The other part I was going to show in this is before, let's take the game to the bagel. The gateway inside a cube is 6. But when you go from 6 to the other side, which is 1, that's 7. Where is the center of this? Isn't it in the middle? Right here in my camera in the middle is the center. Don't you think it has a name or a number? Yeah. It's halfway between everything. Let's give it the 5 of the 1 center, Area 51. Meaning Las Vegas would be the center of all 4 sides unless we cut down the sides and we start from the angle just like this and start in this corner. Let's start from the 9 position. 9 plays from center because we pushed everybody over. We're in the 9 position sitting back and I'm looking this way and I'm looking this way. And there ain't nothing behind me but Russia. I'll take you to Hawaii, I'll take you to Yukon, I'll go down to the Bering Sea, but I will see everywhere. Now, we have plus and plus, which is in the center, and on this side we have the minus also, but it is a minus plus, because although we have to see to believe, this is the eye that is alive in black and red, because it is the red eye in this world. What sees 5? 5 sees all, because I see 5 this way and I see 5 this way. I have a 10 vision of each 5. I have 20/20. The owl eyes showed me something. The owl eyes. The way everything comes together and creates the 2 hearts from 2 worlds together. 8 makes 88. But this is the greatest part. Okay? From the beginning to the end, the center of the alphabet, okay, becomes the T letter. I'm going to show you the 3 parts of the alphabet center, okay, and the center between N, T, Z, and the center between A, F, G, and M is 1 and 6 and 7 and M13A. And this is what we're going to do. A1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so the seventh number will go 1 to 6, which is A to F. And then we'll go from G to M. G, H, I, J, K, L, M. G, H, I, J, K, L, M. 7 numbers on one side, 6 on the other. So what we have to do is we have to take H as 8, 7, and 6. F, G, H. We take F, G, H. This, there's 6 here letters, and there's 6 here letters, and this is the 7th one. In the deck of cards, these are all the same. Okay? 7 and 4. I'm going to show you why I'm doing this. This is the 14th letter. But if we started it at the first letter, and we started at the last letter, okay, this would be first, and this would be 13th, the same way A and M and F, G, and H. So we would presume there would be 3 in between here, and it is. It's S, T, U, N, N, O, P, Q, R. S is the 6th. S, T, U, stew, 2. Doesn't matter what it is. We're not going to go. But this is 21 here, and this is 21 here. 2 parts of a cube. 13 and 1 is 14. 13 and 1 is 14. Creates the N letter. The N has a line that goes across. When you go across, you go down because every house is on a different level. It's like on a mountain in a pyramid style. Okay? Because the first house of the series of houses, okay, that holds this balance must only be halfway between 2 sides all the time. And it's just a long thing of diamonds. Anyways, so now we have this over here. So the center to this actuality would be the T in this world and the G in this world. GT is number 87. It's 27, but it's 87. Okay, that's the way it works. It has to be 87 because it's in this world. It's 27 because the T is 2, right? But it's 2-0. 1020, location. JT, what is your location? 1020 is actually 7-8 because zeros all get 6. The thing about this, the center of this adds an area. And this area will always control a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 corners, 4 in-betweens, and 4 centers. 12 areas it will control. 1 controls 12, which is 1 and 12. 1 and 12 is 13. That is the bat mitzvah because it runs from the inside. But the area center of the 6 sides is 1. 1 plus 6 equals 7 areas. 7, if you add it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it equals to 28 of the 28 days of the moon, of the 1 plus 12, 13 of the 13 moons of 364 days. 364 days because it's ABC. D is in the center. Okay, and you have FGH. So you have A, B, C, and D is in the center. And you run it on 5, 6, and 7. D, E, D, E, F, D, E, G. G and E, sound of D, sound of G. This is your 7 group. If it's a 3-game series, you need 2 to win. If it's a 7-game series, 4 will do it. If it's a 9-game series, 5 will do it. So it's all based on 1 more than you need to connect. You just need to connect all the areas, okay? So when you get down to this word over here, okay, the L letter, okay, the L letter is that 12th letter. The L letter is also A and B. A and B, 1 and 2, 12, 21, equals L, then equals U. And if I go on, it's going to spell Nibiru in Boston. The Bruins, actually, the Bruins. LA, okay, is the lost angel. A and B equals E and L. L, Real, 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 Real. Bella. Not getting into it. I don't really know what it is. I know it means something, but this says, okay, all these are circles. 8, look at the 8. 80, 80, 80. 240 hours in a 10-day period of a Mayan cycle. The period is over. Time to change sides. The goalie is now changing the nets. We're scoring in the other field. E, O, B, O, La. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Now what we're going to get on is to the low shu. 258 in low shu is the same thing as crossing over 159. Here is B, E, and H, okay, or the hub. We can also use it as 3 and 2 is 5 is saying E, okay, J, which is I, and 15 O, EJO. This says Joe, in the land of Joe. Why? Because I add up both number positions, area numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I replace them for the house they're in low shu of 4, 9, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, and 6. In 2, 5, and 8 is the angle of the freedom. Now when you come into the cube, multi-leveling cubes and adding on 11, 11, when we see the cube, the center of this cube is fictive. It's not real. Do you see this little circle over here? That's the corner of the cube. See the way, we're not going to look at the 8. I'm just going to look at the open space corner. That's the corner of the cube. You're not seeing it because, you see the way my finger is? My finger is on this angle. Look at the book. Look at my finger. Look at my hand. I'm on an angle. And it's showing you right through the cube. Or right through the cube. The actual angles are the YN plus and YN plus. And we do the YN plus, you got to do Hawaiian C, Hawaiian 5-0. Because Hawaiian 5-0 is in between what you see, and what you don't see is what you think, and the perception, the actual angle of the totality of whatever I'm going to say is how you perceive my next few words. Waiting upon what I'm going to say next, other than the bullcrap I've been sending you in the last 12 seconds. But all in all and beyond, I will show you that on the floor right there, you see that marking, that beautiful marking there? There's a man over here. You see the man in the middle of my screen? He's squishing down on the cube. Okay, you see the way it's pissing and raining in his head? You see this over here? That's the roulette board. The yellow is the black numbers. The red, okay, is the regular numbers. But it also sets up in 3 different ways. This is the basic way of a North American roulette. Okay, see the O, O, and O. There's 4 O's. So what we're going to do here next, okay, is we're going to try and understand that this is 1, 4, and 7, 2, 5, and 8. Where do I get this? Inside of T being N, O, P, Q, R, S as 6. The 7th one is T, as it is Z, Z, and Y, and X, and W, and U, and T. Is that what I said? U, V, W, X, Y, Z. That is 6. The 7th one is T. So the center of that one is T7. 13th letter M, okay, is the same thing as starting at Z. Z26, or the 13th letter from Z is N. Z equals to 4, Jesus Christ, and it comes up to this, using this section here and this section here. Now when I revert this section into low shu, it becomes this, and it shows you the Y. Okay, it shows you the puzzle piece that you remember I showed you a corner you have to play from. Well, you're playing from this corner over here. And if you take a look on this, there's a dot right up in this corner. You see that dot over there? See that dot? This is a W. Don't you see the W? It's a W. This is what low shu reverts to because of this, the cube. The center is over here. 6 sides plus the center is 7. 2 sides you don't use. 1, 2, 3, because this side is left to right, half and half. We don't need to use this. Or we use from here, okay, we take this out, and we put another one replacement halfway between each. We call it the 8th card, and we divide up the 2 worlds, and inside our life, we bring the 2 worlds together, playing with 2 and 8 inside who we are, heads and tails, and walking our life of reality between 4 and 6. Zion, Israel, the life you lead. Okay, this gives you 5 here and here. In one world, it gives you 5 plus 2, 7. Here, with here and here in this world, it gives you 5 plus 2, 9. 7 again. But you have used 7 of 9 here and 7 of 9 here, but you have used a total of 14 out of 9, which is 5 and 9, because 7 and 7, even though you duplicated within the other world inside of you, and then you duplicated you inside this world, but you brought all of this world, 9 and 9, into this world, plus the 2 from the outside of the world that became the inside, which is the spirit, which is the mind, which is the knowledge, which is your 512 again, 512, your memory. One cell of memory for everything everywhere, because you can only use within the realm of the time of space in the thought that you have for this moment right now. It's always the momentary thought. You're not using something tomorrow right now. You're using now, for now, based on yesterday, for what comes tomorrow, forever. And if you open up your mind too large and you can't grasp anything, you'll be spinning your tires over nothing. So you have to grasp from what's inside the realm. See the way this one's in the corner over here, the far corner? See, this one becomes inside the center of one world. So the more you understand the angle of this cube, you will see no one is in this side over here until they come to this corner over here. This would be Earth, Venus in this corner. This corner is not played. So based on the perception of these corners, you'll understand that once you put this into the center, the plus sign, okay, see the T here and the T here and the T here and the T here, this will create your H, this will create your I, connecting this block and this block. Don't forget, this block has to throw itself in. This block has to throw itself in because it has to reach out. And when we do that, we actually, is what we're stretching out to, is, I'm going to show you 2 ways, okay? I'm going to try and see if I can get this 2 ways over here. Okay, I made it very, very light, maybe too light. You see this here? It's a pink line. I know it's light. And I made the pink line go all the way around to connect these 4 dots. But at the same time, the letter N and the letter M, in which if you take a look, here's the big Y at this corner. Okay? But if you take a look at it going up here, it going over here, and it goes up here. See this angle over here of the lamed? See the way it looks like it's going down the corridor? The letter M's and N's are all in this, and this was in that domino effect I showed you on the floor. So when you take all these together, you have the 20th letter, okay, and the 7th letter, but all actuality more or less says 20, 27, 6 for the 0 equals 33. 7 for the Christ and 7 for the Christ. Why? Because from N to T and from Z to T, it's 7 and 7. This is 13 and 1 bar mitzvah. The other one we work in at Butz mitzvah. 1 to 12. We use the 13 for the center and the 14 for the center running to Z. From 8 to Z, we take out 13 and 14. M and N, we put them together. And they're crossover letters. The same thing with the S is a crossover letter. This joins 2 circles. This joins the outside. This joins the up. This joins the outside. This crisscrosses and joins 2 sides together with the passage in the middle, even though it connects with 1, 5, and 9. Inside the letters, you get 41, which is around the Monopoly board once, and it says 2. It says to you 40, N and Z, or NTS, 40, 50, 60, plus 6, 66. 60 plus 6 is 66, plus 6 for inside the 60 is 72. It brings to you 5, 2, and 8. It brings to you 1, 7, and 4, and 21 is the cube, which creates this design from low shoe and numbers. See, the center is 6 sides and 1 core of 4 movements and 2 silence of Rubik's Cube control. Like I said, 5 then plays 2 and 2 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But it plays 5 and 5 is 10. And then 2 that way added and then 2 that way added is 2, 5, 5, 2. So you get 5 and 2 and 5 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 1 and 4 inside of the 8 card and the 7 card, okay? And what you would have to get right now, I'm thinking, is 5 and 2 is 10 plus 4. So now the numbers were 10, 4 in the CB code come right over here because it's all these 5 plus 1 and 1 is 2. And all these 5 plus 1 and 1 is 2. Don't forget this angle of this. The angle of this point over here is unfinished and undetermined. The angle of this point over here, it never stops. Who says it stops? Who says these angles stop? Angles never stop. They must extend themselves to the end of their possibilities. This is only halfway this way, but it didn't show the halfway this way. So you do it this way, you do it this way, you continue it this way, and you continue it this way, and you continue it this way, and you continue it. They're all allowed to go one space. So now they all went one space. There you go. They all went one space. They all went one space. And now you see M and W and E, MEW3, MEW3. Where's Miss Mu? They now have us boxed in. We're now boxed in. Our head's on a string. Where does our head come out? Where does our head and body come out? We have to continue the cube. They play it in cube. We play it in cube. We must repeat what they did. We must repeat what they did from the beginning. So anyways, we did this. We figured out that. Now when we bring the numbers together, the total in the numbers becomes 60 and 21 is the basic, which is 81. 9 times 9 is 81 Venus. 1 and H, A and H is the first A letter, which is ACHE or ASH in the secondary language, using only 2 languages. You never really want to use more than 3 at the beginning. A and B, AB spells EL. AB spells EL. Once you have AB, you have the A family and the E family. You have AB, OL. You have Ebola or bagel. Why do you have Ebola or bagel? Because it's the center of the whole of the game. GAME. Controlling of the genes. So in basic, this is 3, this is 6, this is 9. 9 plus 0, you're playing inside the circle, equals 6 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6, area 51. Did you follow me with that? 6, 7, 8, 9. Now put it inside this circle. Expand that circle big enough so that 9 fits. And then play 9 from the center. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I know there's some stuff that I might have left out, so let me just go back for 1 second. You understood this, right? The 5 and 2 and 5 and 2 as 10. These 5s with 2, either up here or down here, or these 2 up here, so that makes 14, okay? And these 3 here and these 3 here with the 1 in the center, okay? These 3 and these 3, or these 3 and these 3. So 3 and 3 is 6, and 1 is 7, so 7 and 7 is 14, okay? Now you get 5 and 2, you get these 5 with this one and this one, or these 5 with this one and this one, and that's 14. Now you have 28, or you want 4 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 with the 1, 2, 3 in the center, or the 1, 2, 3 across, and that's 7 and 7, 14. The total is 42, and it's all wrapped up. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Let's just do it this way. 4 and 3 and 4 and 3 creates 2 and 1 Ebola. Now what you get is 2 and 5. And on the other side is 2 and 5. Now what you do, okay, is you grab 6 with 1. And on the other side of 6 and 1 is 6 and 1. The same numbers I did, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, and 7. But if you really want to look how it works, so what you do in the all actuality is these are your 3 arrows pointing up. 7 and 7, the opposite. 7 and 7, the opposite. 7 and 7, the opposite. 6, 6, 6. The spirit of 76 is the heart of 1. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus, all to be discussed. Thank you.